Hello and welcome back to HWLRADIO.com. You're here with your main man Hollywood, and today if you're driving a Ford, we got some sad news for you. Definitely ain't good, and you might want to think about going ahead and cashing in. Ford water pump class action lawsuit says engines fail. The lawsuit alleges that Duratec engines eventually fail because coolant leaks from the water pumps directly into engine parts or the oil pan and mixes with engine oil. The mixture of coolant and oil is allegedly sent throughout the engines and causes premature engine failures, sometimes with no warning. Arkansas's plaintiff Bobby Rowe purchased a 2011 Ford Edge in April of 2018, but 3 months later the water pump allegedly caused the engine to fail while driving on the highway. The Edge had about 95,000 miles on it at the time, and Rowe says he was forced to pay $1,200 to replace the engine with a used engine. Washington plaintiff Donald M. Creston purchased a 2011 Ford Edge, and when the SUV had about 63,500 miles on it, the water pump failed and allegedly caused complete engine failure. Creston said he had no choice but to pay nearly $7,600 to buy a new engine. According to the water pump class action lawsuit, Ford has failed to warn consumers since 2007 about the Duratec engines and how the water pumps fail before they should. Court documents claim the engine has an internal chain-driven water pump connected with the timing chain that provides the power the water pump needs to circulate coolant through the engine when the engine is running. The plaintiffs say it's a huge job to work on the parts because the chain-driven water pumps are located inside the Duratec engines behind numerous engine components, including the timing chain covers. According to the class action, an internal chain-driven water pump should last for 150,000 miles, something Ford is allegedly aware of because the automaker omitted the water pump from the maintenance schedules for vehicles with Duratec engines. The class action alleges customers complain about the water pumps, but Ford conceals the alleged defects and transfers the cost of repairs onto customers. The owner of a 2008 Ford Edge describes the ordeal necessary when the water pump goes out. The water pump is located inside the engine. When a simple $160 part failed, it circulated antifreeze through the engine, necessitating a complete engine replacement. This happened within the span of 5 minutes. With the first symptom, the heat went off inside the cabin. No engine lights came on. The heat came back on and went off again. Still no indication of engine or trouble lights going on. The 2008 Edge driver goes to complain the oil warning light came on, and within seconds the engine overheated and failed. This is the most basic kind of irresponsibility in creating an expensive product like a car. American companies owe it to the public not to foist a huge design defect on an unsuspecting public and should willingly pay 100% of any and all claims for this issue. By placing the water pump inside the engine, what should be a simple purchase of a part less than $200 turns into major repairs of $1,500 to replace the water pump, or as much as $8,500 to replace the damaged engine. The plaintiffs also allege the water pumps make driving dangerous because the Ford vehicles suddenly stall when the pumps and engines fail, causing problems with acceleration, steering, braking, and other issues. The water pump lawsuit describes the Cyclone engines as using two camshafts that are connected to the crankshaft by timing chains. The engines contain the water pumps and are intended to be closed systems so the coolant doesn't leak or mix with the engine oil. But when the water pumps fail, the coolant is allegedly unable to escape the closed system and ends up leaking into other engine components. According to the plaintiffs, the mixture of oil and coolant creates a substance that looks like chocolate milk that spreads throughout the engine and causes the engine to totally fail. The Ford water pump class action lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan and Southern Division. So, if you got a motherfucking Ford, you hear it right here, because you might not hear it from them. Nigga, you need to be doing everything you can to get out that damn Ford until they get this shit fixed. Because I don't know what they were trying to do, but whatever idea they had with this, I don't know if it was faster speed or whatever, motherfucker, go back to doing them like y'all used to. Because evidently putting a water pump inside the engine is not a good idea. Because as soon as the water pump goes out, instead of you need a new water pump, sound like you need a new motherfucking engine from a water pump. $160 problem goes up to $800, $1,600 damn dollars, $5,600, $8,600. So, I mean, I ain't the smartest motherfucker walking, but sounds to me like motherfuckers need to boycott Ford and stay the fuck away from them until they get it fixed. That's going to be the show for today, so make sure you go over to HWLRADIO.com, download the radio station app, make sure you check out the sponsors page, and shit, I'm out.